Martin, the leader. He was writing hits for other artists before he ever debuted himself. Think about that for a second. Martin, the leader of CORTIS, had already co-written songs for TXT, Islet, Le Seraphim, and Enhypen before the world even knew his name. That's not a trainee story. That's a ghost producer story. Except he wasn't hiding. Born in Songpa-gu, Seoul, to a Korean mother and Canadian father, Martin spent time in Ottawa before returning to South Korea, absorbing both worlds and letting them collide inside his music. His influences aren't typical K-pop fare. Mac Miller, Tyler the Creator, indie rock, synth pop. He plays drums, he builds beats in FL Studio, he sketches in his free time. But the origin story that stops people cold? In 2018, at the Pyeongchang Winter Olympics, Martin performed in the children's choir and carried Iceland's flag in the opening ceremony. He was 9 years old. That's the moment he says lit the fuse. He joined Big Hit Music around 2019-2020, spent nearly 6 years in the training system, and emerged not as the group's loudest voice, but as its spine. He doesn't carry the leader title like weight, he carries it like habit. And the member coming next? He arrived at Big Hit already polished because someone else had trained him first. James, eldest member. He choreographed one of the most viral K-pop moments of 2024. Nobody knew his name yet. Before CORTIS existed, before his name appeared on any fan list, James was in a training room at Big Hit, building the killing point of Islet's Magnetic. That single dance move spread across every major platform, racked up millions of views and reaction content alone, and became the defining visual of one of K-pop's biggest rookie hits of the year. James came in carrying years of experience from a previous agency in Hong Kong, sharper, more seasoned, and more physically certain than most trainees his age. He made it through Trainee A, Big Hit's pre-debut project. He was the only Trainee A member to survive all the way to CORTIS's debut lineup. That alone tells you what the company saw in him. Offstage, he's a controlled contradiction, collecting over 100 hats, drinking exactly one energy drink per day, rewatching anime one episode at a time, and maintaining a fashion sense that fans describe as cool Western visuals. He played competitive ice hockey in Hong Kong with the Typhoons and Selects. He's the eldest in the group. He moves like it. James brings the performance, but CORTIS's emotional core? That belongs to someone who almost became a professional athlete instead. Joohon. Born January 3, 2008. His childhood dream was to be a soccer player. He ended up becoming the group's emotional center instead. Joohon was scouted as a child model in first grade, spent years playing competitive basketball with the Samsung Thunder's youth team, played soccer with AAFC FC Seoul Chungam, had the kind of early life that builds discipline in people before they even understand what discipline is. Then Big Hit Music found him, around 2023 to 2024, and the athlete became an artist. He attended Younghon International Middle School, which gave him something most K-pop trainees don't walk in with: fluent English and a naturally global musical palette. His audition song was V's Slow Dancing, a choice that reveals his whole vocal identity, not power, not acrobatics, depth, texture. The kind of voice that makes you feel something before you understand why. He co-wrote 4 tracks on the debut EP and participated in the choreography for Go, which means he's not just singing the music, he's building it. Members unanimously confirm he's the biggest eater in the group. He connects people. When the team disagrees, Joohon finds the middle. He's the one asking, "What do you guys want to eat?" And somehow, that's exactly what the group needs. Joohon carries the heart, but the music itself, the melodies you can't shake, those are built by someone who wrote over 100 of them before debut, alone. Songhyun. Born January 13, 2009. He wrote more than 100 demo tracks as a trainee. Nobody asked him to. He just couldn't stop. Songhyun was signed by Big Hit Music at 13 years old, spent nearly 5 years in the training system, and in that time, while most trainees were focused on surviving evaluations, he was filling hard drives, over 100 demos, not because someone gave him a quota, because a brain like his doesn't turn off. His official role in CORTIS is lead topliner, which means he designs the melody, not the beat beneath it, the part you hum, the hook that lives in your head at 2 a.m. He builds it from the top down, constructing the emotional ceiling of each song before the layers below it are filled in. He contributed to all 4 standout tracks on the debut EP, Go, What You Want, Fashion, and Joyride. Off-record, he skateboards, cycles, plays basketball, loves vintage markets. Members call him Alma, meaning mom, because of his quiet, nurturing instinct towards the group. His MBTI is INTP, the architect. It fits so precisely that fans screenshot it like evidence. He once performed an entire stage with a finger injury, wearing a protector rather than stepping back. He doesn't make noise about what he contributes, he just keeps contributing. Remove Songhyun and you lose the melodies, but you also lose something harder to name. The youngest member understands that better than anyone. Kanho. Born February 14, 2009. He dropped out of middle school to pursue this. At debut, he was the youngest idol under all of HYBE labels. Born on Valentine's Day, the internet finds this almost too convenient. Kanho grew up in Pajongdong, Suwon, as a competitive swimmer ranked first at his school level. Big Hit Music reportedly scouted and signed him in 2021, while he was still in 6th grade. He then made the kind of decision most adults wouldn't. He dropped out of Cheonggae Middle School entirely to commit to training full-time. That's not a footnote, that's a statement of intent. And it shows. Kanho is one of the most creatively involved members in CORTIS's music video development, deeply embedded in the visual language of the group, helping shape how the music looks, not just how it sounds. His favorite music video in the catalog is Lullaby, which he described as feeling like just hanging out together. That warmth, that specific unhurried ease is exactly what he brings to every room he enters. His humor is dry and perfectly timed. He described his members as weird, but in a good way. He loves vintage clothing, salted caramel ice cream, French fries, and winter holidays. His dog is named Cookie. His audition song was BTS's Dynamite. His dream is a rooftop listening party followed by a world tour. Fans already call him the 5th generation It Boy. He debuted at 15. He has time.